Hey, it's Dr. Birchler. In a second, I'm going to tell you a story behind this picture here. But first, I'm going to tell you why I'm making this video. As a chiropractor, I get such joy out of seeing people able to do things they love to do. And there's a certain joy when you've been in bad shape, or you've been hurting, or you've not been able to do something that you want to do, and then you can do it again. This idea of kind of like restoring something that was lost, or regaining something that you might have thought, I don't know if I'll be able to do that again. There's a lot of joy in that for me, and I have my own stories on that, and that's kind of what this picture is about. I'll share a couple things with you, but I know for everybody out there, there's something that's important to you. It might not be this. This was soccer for me. You might be a hiker, might be a biker, might be a dancer, might be a golfer, might be a hockey player, might be a walker, might be anything it is. But there's something that you want to perform and you want to do, and brings you joy and might put you in relationship with other people, important part of your life. So what I would love for you to do is, if you have a picture of you performing something that you love, kind of a fun moment. In particular, if that's something that you feel like chiropractic had some kind of an impact in you being able to do better or do again, then we would love to see that picture, because behind every picture there's a story. And if chiropractic is part of that story, even just a piece of that, we would love to be inspired by that, and have that picture to say, hey, what's the story? What's the story there? And hear about it. And I think that would be inspiring to other people too. So I'm going to tell you a story or two for me. I have a body. I've been through stuff in my own body, and chiropractic has been tremendously helpful to me as the recipient or as the patient at some stages in my life. So let me rewind a second to 2020. I was very young back then. I was 39 and a half years old, and I was doing a lot of trampoline bouncing and stuff with my kids. I'd always been backflipping and bouncing around, doing all kind of stuff like I'm a young kid or something like that. And long story short, I herniated the bottom disc in my spine, and went to develop the most debilitating pain I had dealt with, to that point in my life. And it was very chronic. It was months and months of pain. It was all I could do to keep working. I thank God I was able to, because I would wake up every single day, and it was like the same thing. Like, I do not know how I can work. If I even just bent my neck like that, my low back would hurt. If I'd cough or sneeze, it felt like an explosion going off in my back. Had about 2.5 months, had to have my wife and kids help me get dressed and put my shoes on, put my socks on, tie my shoes, stuff like that. It was in tough shape. There was a period of time where I would barely get through my day, and I went home and laid down and I did nothing. Couldn't do housework, couldn't pick up the kids, couldn't do stuff in the yard. Even as I was kind of getting better, just to try to walk the dog on flat ground, it caused me to limp and hurt, pain in the buttock, pain in the back. So it was a tough time in life, and the thought of going out and doing something competitive like I used to do when I was younger in terms of athletics was a long shot from where I was at. So fast forward, this is a picture from 2022 in a men's soccer league that I played in, and this is us, and we won the championship. This was actually the second year in a row we had won the championship, and so we were the best team that year, and I was the leading scorer on the team. I think I might have been the leading kind of scorer in the league that year, and this was just 2 years following what I previously described. And so this picture is important to me because I really started to get adjusted at an even higher frequency during this year, early in the year, and I had started doing disc decompression on my spine the previous fall, in which I was still having quite a lot of pain after trying to play the previous year, and so chiropractic was really instrumental in me getting from the point where I wasn't functioning really well. Was having a lot of pain, difficulty in doing normal stuff, to legit, going out there and running around and kicking balls and scoring goals and doing headers and stuff like that. So that was a neat picture for me, and there's a story behind that, and I want to hear what your story is. This picture is me at the Grand Canyon, and I had just finished doing what's called a rim-to-rim hike, where you start 5 a.m. in the morning way back here in the distance back there, somewhere, and you go down and you hike the whole thing and come all the way up. It's like 24 miles, and a whole lot of up and down and everything, and do it all in one day. And while it wasn't tremendously difficult, again, it was something compared to what I was dealing with 2 years previously, and even a year previously of trying to get out and do a lot of hiking or athletic stuff. I would get a lot of I would just get increased back pain and difficulty and things, and that use of chiropractic for me to be able to get more frequent adjustments and get my body really doing better, I feel was instrumental in me being able to do the training and the hiking and all the stuff to get in shape to do something like that, and it was an incredible experience. So there's a backstory behind that, and for me, chiropractic is part of that and getting me to do that. So I want to hear what it is for you, and if you have a great picture, something you love to do, something fun, somebody hitting hole-in-ones, some kind of bowling, some kind of biking, some picture of you hiking in a national park, maybe just doing something that doesn't seem out of the ordinary, but for you, you're able to get back to doing and brings you joy. We'd love to see that picture, and we might, with your permission, use some of those pictures and put them up here in the office so we can be kind of inspired by that, and maybe there's somebody that sees that picture and asks, hey, what's that picture about, and give you a chance to tell that story, or us to a chance to tell your story for you. So if you have something like that, please send us or upload one of those pictures here, and we'll get an okay from you before we put it up or anything like that. But we genuinely be inspired by what it is that you're doing, and any input that chiropractic has had on you being able to perform your best.